Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really digging into the Creality K1 SE 3D printer. Our goal here is pretty clear. We want to cut through the noise, get to the heart of what this high-speed budget machine is all about. We've looked at FAQs, the specs, market analysis, basically trying to figure out if it's the right fit for you. And honestly, we found some surprising stuff about consumer 3D printing today.
Yeah, the K1 SE's main draw, it's got this really groundbreaking speed to price thing going on. We're talking a Core XY system that's usually pretty high-end stuff known for accuracy, and it lets this thing hit like 600 millimeters per second print speed. And the price is just, $249. Super aggressive. In our analysis, that combo, it got a 9 out of 10 for bang for buck, which is frankly exceptional.
9 out of 10. Wow, that is impressive. But, okay, there's got to be a catch somewhere, right? For that price and that kind of speed, what are the trade-offs? What are we not seeing immediately? So yeah, amazing speed, really aggressive price, but how are they making this accessible? Especially for, say, total beginners. Creality is advertising it as like plug and play, says you're printing within 3 minutes of unboxing. It comes pre-assembled, hands-free auto leveling. They're explicitly aiming it at kids and beginners. It sounds almost too easy.
It does sound great on paper, but, and this is a big but, that ease of use hits a snag. See, the specs are good.
Yep.
The hot end gets to 300 Celsius, the heated bed to 100, so it officially sports PLA, PETG, even flexible TPU, no problem there. But it's got an open frame design. And that creates what we started calling a capability trap.
Technically, yeah, it can handle the temperatures for something like ABS, but without an enclosure, which you'd have to buy separately, aftermarket, you're just going to fight warping. Constant print failures. It's not really designed for those trickier filaments out of the box. Ah, okay, so it can technically process them, but you basically need to buy an upgrade right away to actually succeed with them. That feels a bit misleading, especially if you're targeting kids and beginners who might not know they need that extra part. It's kind of like, buying that fast car, but finding out the good tires are sold separately.
Exactly. It highlights this sort of dual personality the K1 SE has.
Right. Because on one side, it's pitched as super simple for newcomers, but then under the hood, it's running Clipper and open source firmware, which is, what the tinkerers love, the people who want deep controls, speed tweaks, mods.
The enthusiast crowd.
Yeah. And it has a pretty standard build volume of 220 by 220 by 250 millimeters. But our analysis found this other pretty big issue.
Which we've labeled the quality control gamble. The customer feedback we saw was just wildly polarized. Like 79% gave it 5 stars, great. But then you have a whole 12% giving it just 1 star. That's a huge chunk experiencing major problems. It's not just a few outliers. It suggests, some real inconsistency off the production line. Almost a coin flip for some buyers on their initial experience.
Wow, 12% 1 star is significant. So with those kinds of swings in quality, can we really call it reliable for beginners, or are people essentially just rolling the dice when they buy one, hoping they get a good unit?
Well, pulling it all together, the K1 SE really does feel like a bridge product. You can't deny the speed is exceptional, and that initial setup can be very easy, but you absolutely have to factor in the limits of that open frame for certain materials, and acknowledge that quality control seems inconsistent. It's high performance, sure, but with some very clear asterisks.
It almost feels like Creality's modern take on their old Ender 3 philosophy, doesn't it?
How so?
Well, the Ender 3 was super cheap, maybe a bit rough around the edges, but incredibly modifiable. It empowered a whole generation of makers to tinker and upgrade. This K1 SE, it feels like the new version of that. It gives you that speed people demand now right out of the box, which the old Ender 3 didn't. But maybe it still expects or even encourages that same user willingness to tweak, to upgrade, to maybe add that enclosure themselves. So maybe the point isn't for it to be a perfect, polished appliance like some other printers try to be. Perhaps it's deliberately positioned as the new starting point for users who want speed now but still value that freedom to modify and grow with the machine later. What really stands out to you about this kind of approach in today's market?